Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 63rd tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we are going to check out some more string functions. Now, in the last tutorial we checked out 3 string functions. In this one we're going to probably check out 3 more, and that will be the end of our discussion on strings, and we will continue our discussion on other C topics, and we'll talk about strings more if there would be need later on in this course. But this is going to be the last tutorial on this mini tutorial series on strings in C, right? So as you can see, using code blocks, I've saved a file. I've given it the name string functions part2. It has the extension .c, and on line 1 in this file I have the stdio.h header file. On line 2 I have the stdio.h header file. Again, I have to correct that. It has to be string.h because we're going to use string functions, so we'll need the string.h header file. And on line 3 I have the main function declaration. On line 4 I have the opening curly brace for main, and then I have 2 character array declarations and initialization statements, in fact. So the first one is called str1, so that's our first string in the program, and the second one is called str2. The first string has the value hello, and the next one has the value what's up, right? And there's a question mark at the end in the second string, right? So these are the 2 strings, and the first method that we're going to check out in this course is the strcmp method, or the string compare method, and it allows you to check whether one string is equal to the other string or not, right? So if the strings are exactly same, right, if they're identical, only then the strcmp function returns 0. Otherwise, in all other cases, it will return 1. So we're going to use an if-else block and the strcmp method to generate appropriate messages if the strings are equal to each other or not, right? So we're going to have the if statement first, and the test condition is going to include the strcmp method, right? And the function obviously takes 2 arguments, and both the arguments are going to be of string type, because we're going to check whether the first string is equal to the second or not, right? And the order of strings does not matter. So even if you would have str2 comma str1, it won't make any difference, right? Because the strings would be compared in any case, right? And I'll type in str2 here as the second argument. Now, one thing that you need to know about strcmp is that if the strings that are passed to it as arguments are the same, then the function returns 0, right? And if the strings are not the same, if the strings are different, then the function returns 1. Now, if you're using the strcmp as a test condition in the if statement, then you have to put in the not operator at the beginning of your test condition, because if you won't do this, then the else block would execute if the strings are same, right? And if you would have this, then the if block would execute if the string are same. So you'll understand that in just a moment. So let me get inside the if block, and in the if block I'm just going to have one printf statement that's going to display the message the strings are same, and the if block, as I said, would get executed if the strings are same, right? And then in the else block I'll have another printf statement, and this one's going to display the message the strings are not the same, or the strings are different. Let's be a little economical, and I'll put in a semicolon at the end of this statement, and when I click on build and run, I see that I get the message the strings are different, because the strings are indeed different, right? So if I would change the second string, and if I would make it hello and make it identical to the first string, and then click on build and run, I would see that in the output window I get the message the strings are same. So that's about the strcmp function. Remember that when the strings are same, the function returns 0, and when the strings are different, the function returns a non-zero value, right? So that's about the strcmp function. Let's get rid of all this code, because the next function that we're going to check out requires us to have just one string, and the function that we're going to check out is Str Chr method, and it tells you whether a character that is passed as an argument to the function is present in the string that's also passed as an argument to the function, right? So let's check out its syntax, and let's use the if statement with this function too. So we're going to have str1 as the first argument to the function, and then we're going to pass different characters as the second argument, and we're going to see whether the characters that are passed exist in the string or not, right? So let me type in strchr here, and then as the first argument I'll type in the name of my string, which is str1, and then as a second argument within single quotes, because we are passing characters, so we'll have to get in a pair of single quotes here, and I'll type in H first. Let me check whether capital H is present in the str1 string or not, right? And if this character is present in the string, then the function is going to return a non-zero value and the if block would be executed, right? So this is unlike the strcmp method, in which if the strings are same, 0 is returned. If the strings are not the same, then a non-zero value is returned. So this is different. Please make a note of it. And then within a pair of curly braces, I'll have in a printf statement that'll display the message: the character exists in the string, right? And if the character is not found, then we can also have an else block which will execute if this function returns 0 as the value. And let's have a printf function in the else block too, and let's make this one display the message. Why did I put in curly braces? I need parentheses here, and then within double quotes I'll type in: the character is not present, right? So I don't understand why I'm making so many typos today. And I'll put in a full stop at the end to terminate the statement. I'll get in a semicolon, I'll save the file, and when I click on build and run, well, there's an error here, and that's because I haven't put a semicolon here. So I'll put that, save the file, and when I click on build and run, I see that in the output window I get the message: the character exists in the string, right? And that's because H is present. And if I would type in L here, then I would see that the character exists in the string. But if I would type in P here, right, so if I would pass P as the character to the function, I know that P is not a part of my string. If I would click on build and run, I would see that the character is not present. Right, so that's about the Str Chr method. The last method that we're going to check out is the Str method, and that checks whether a string is present in another string or not, right? So let's expand this first string. Let's make it hello world with an exclamation symbol instead of just hello, and let's declare another string on the next line, and let's give it the name str2, and I'll have to get a pair of square brackets, and then I'll give it the value world, right? And I'll put in a semicolon to terminate this statement, and we'll have to alter the printf statements in the if block and the else block. But before doing that, let's replace the Str Chr function with the Str method, right? And this function, as I said, takes two arguments. It checks whether the second string is present in the first string or not. So let me replace this character with the name of the second string, which is str2. So I'll have to modify the printf statement in the if block, and instead of displaying the message the character exists in the string, I can display something like str2 exists in str1, right? And over here I can display the message str2 is not present in str1, right? So that does it. Now I'll save the file, and when I click on build and run, I see that str2 exists in str1, right? So that's the message I get. And if I would change world to something like hey, right, and if I would execute the program again, then I see that str2 is not present in str1. So the Str Chr method and the Str method, both the methods actually return pointers to the first occurrences of whatever they find in the string, right? So if you're using the Str Chr method and if you pass a character as the second argument, then the function returns the pointer to the first occurrence of that character in the string. You do not have to know all of this in too much detail, right? You just have to know how you can check whether a string is present in another string or not, or whether a character is present in another character or not. This is probably what you would be required to do on most occasions, right? So thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I'm going to see you in the next one, in which we'll discuss not strings but something interesting for sure. Maybe we'll start our discussion on structures, and it'll be fun. So stay tuned for updates, and please subscribe to my channel in case you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.